You need to go out now and be prepared. We're already in the middle of food shortages. You don't want to wait till the last minute to get your supplies. Do it now. That way you don't have to go out 24 hours before and find nothing. Hey guys, T2 out here, Titan Preparedness channel. Tomorrow is a very special day. No, it's not my birthday, and no, it's not my anniversary. I don't think it's my anniversary. Tomorrow marks the start of the 2020 hurricane season. This hurricane season is going to be the worst one we've had in a while. It could be the worst one we've ever had. Today we're going to talk about that. So the NOAA is predicting that in this 2020 season, we are going to have 19 named storms. 6 to 10 of them will be actual hurricanes. The rest will be lower. The reason that I say that this is going to be the worst hurricane season ever, there's this little tiny problem. Some of y'all might have heard of it. It's called a global pandemic. It doesn't look like it's going to be over by the time hurricane season ends. So you mix any natural disaster with the already global pandemic we're facing, guys, this year is going to be rough. So if you live in an area that touches a waterway, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, you should probably go out right now at the start of the season and go buy your hurricane supplies. For those that aren't familiar with hurricanes, let me explain what happens. A hurricane forms. Well, people hear it on the news. They say, a hurricane, its projected path is right on my front door. It's going to turn. Don't worry about it. It'll turn. 7 days later, the hurricane grows. Now it's even stronger. Don't worry about it. It'll turn. They always turn. Don't worry about them. Then what happens is 24 hours out from it knocking down your front door, people go, we should probably head to Walmart. We should probably head to Lowe's and get prepared because we have a hurricane that's going to knock on our front door. This year is completely different. Global pandemic, food shortages in some areas. People have lost their jobs for the last 2-3 months. So being able to go out overnight and pick up the supplies you need isn't going to happen this year. Pick them up now. That way you can be prepared a month from now, 2 months from now. I understand that at a lot of these stores, there are limitations on the things you can buy. That's fine. That gives you a month, 3 weeks to pick up X amount of cans today, X amount of cans next week, and then you can build versus 24 hours and you can only pick up 3 cans of soup. So far this year, we have had 3 named depressions, I guess you would call them, that have hit before the season has even started. So if it keeps up this trend, it's going to be a bad year. Let's get into some items that I would recommend that you have to keep you and your family safe. So the first thing that I recommend is food and water. You can go to the store right now in most areas and buy cases of water. And for the most part, yeah, I recommend just picking up a case or 2 per person. You do need 1 gallon of water for drinking per person per day. And then probably like another gallon for cleaning. Most cases of water are around 3 gallons. So if you expect a 3-day event, 1 case apiece just for drinking. The reason that I don't like buying bottled water is because when Hurricane Irma was rolling through 2-3 years ago, we bought 2 or 3 cases of water and they sit there. Now the water inside does not have a shelf life, but the bottle itself does. So I had a bunch of bottles that eventually started leaking. So I pretty much had to throw away 3 cases of water. What I personally recommend is going to Walmart and picking you up this. This is the 7-gallon Aquatainer. It's about $14. Instead of throwing away all of the plastic bottles or having to rebuy water every single year, I buy this, I fill it up. About every 6 months to a year, I'll dump it out, put fresh water in it, and then just rotate it. It comes with a lid, but the lid, inside of the lid, has a spigot. You put it on the outside, you put this back on here, and now with the spigot on, you simply turn the nozzle, get water, shut it off when you're done. So this is an easy way to fill up bottles, wash dishes, wash your hands, do whatever. A little bit easier than just a basic water bottle. The first type of food is basic open and eat meals. Raviolis, canned ham, canned Spam. If you can find canned foods, pick them up. I know Walmart store-bought brand in my area is like 60 cents a can. So for $5 a week, I can pick up almost 10 cans of food and then I can just store it back. Pop-Tarts, cereal. Cereal does have a shelf life, I understand. But things that all you have to do is open them, eat them. So what I recommend is picking up very dense meals like this. This is beef ravioli. It's 400 calories in this can versus, a can of green beans. Listen, just because you don't have your vegetables for 2 days doesn't mean you're going to die. The second type of food is your lightweight instant meals. Potatoes, rice, grits, oatmeal, things that require very little in the ways of cooking. If you are going to buy this stuff, I recommend picking up some sort of camping stove. Whether it's propane, whether it's isobutane, whether it's butane, there's a million different stove options out there. But if your power goes out and you don't have a way to cook, you can't eat this stuff. If you are going to buy it, make sure you have a way to cook as well. The third most important item, I would say, would be lights. On the table is a variety of lighting options. If you are strapped for cash, maybe you don't feel like spending $20 on one lantern like the BioLite Sunlight. Go pick up some candles. Go pick up some of these cheap LED flashlights. No, they're not great, but they are something. They're better than nothing. Another option is lanterns. So lighting is in my top 3 because it completely changes the game when the power goes out. If you're trying to move around in the dark, it's easy to trip over something, fall over something, and cut yourself or break your leg. You don't want to do that when there's a hurricane knocking on your door. I prefer the LED options versus open flame candles because these things can get knocked off counters, get knocked off shelves, and start house fires. Make sure you have extra batteries. So the last item is a little controversial. Some people are going to say you need it, some people say you don't, and that of course is your cell phone and having ways to charge it. For me, my cell phone is one of my first forms of communication. Your cell phone could be your only line between you and the help that you need, and you don't want a dead cell phone when you need it. Having a fully powered cell phone gives you news alerts. It gives you communication with your neighbors, your friends, your relatives. It also gives you GPS if you're evacuating. Having a cell phone and making sure it's fully charged is one of my top priorities. I recommend a battery bank. This is a Blackweb battery bank from Walmart. It is $20,000. This is a solar charger battery bank from Amazon. It's $25,000. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money on anything below 10,000 milliamps. I recommend personally $20,000 per device. You might be thinking, damn dude, 20,000 milliamps? That's like 6 phone chargers. Why do I need that much? 20,000 is going to get you through a couple days. And let's say you're not affected by the storm itself, you're just affected by a power outage because of the said storm. Read a book, watch TV, watch the news, everything you can do on your phone. Having the juice to do it, having a device that will not only regain power, but also be able to pass that power out to other devices and other people, it could be a lifesaver. It could also be a tradable item if you do end up in some sort of shelter location. Now, things that I'm not going to show: generators, coolers, chainsaws. If you have things like that, go out now, make sure they work. Check your spark plugs. How much fuel do you have for your generator? How much fuel do you have for your chainsaw? Is that chain old? Do your preventative maintenance now versus the day before, and don't be trying to run out and find a spark plug right before a storm hits. So this hurricane season is going to be far worse due to the already bad situation that we're facing. COVID has shut down jobs, it has shut down towns. People are standing in bread lines right now. If you go to a store, in some areas, it's hard to find any food at all. You're not going to be able to go out the day before with everyone else and try to pick up what's not there. Just because we are already in a crisis does not mean that something else bad won't happen. So guys, of course, there is a million different other things that you can buy, you can get. If you know of any of them, put them down in the comments. But I just wanted to put out this video to try to help people get more motivated, people to get more prepared. If we are affected by one of these hurricanes, we will post a video about it. Y'all stay safe out there. Please share this video and help spread the word. Help more people be prepared. Alright guys, that's all I got. T2 out.